So it looks like Cenk Uygur of the Young Turks and Ben Shapiro got into a spat on Twitter. It was a very small spat, but here's what Cenk Uygur sent out on Twitter. He said, "I'm not done yet. At Tucker Carlson says that adult film stars are indecent. Really? How many adult films do you think Tucker has watched in his life? In the thousands at least. Is he claiming he has never watched any? Same with Ben Shapiro, who writes an anti-porn book. Please." So I actually didn't know that he wrote an anti-porn book, but if you do, I actually did a video a while ago. I'm trying to remember. I can't remember exactly when it was, but I did do a little video because he wrote a shit ton of articles back in like 2010 and 2011 in those years that were some really insanely shady shit that he said, like a fucking insane shit, right? So he had things like wanting to have ethnic cleansing of Palestinians, which is fucking insane, and he was trying to justify that by saying it's not Hitler, it's Churchill. And Churchill, if you know anything about Churchill, was a complete fucking unbelievably horrendous person. And any sorts of ethnic cleansing always end up being these horrific actions that are just end up in so much just so much bloodshed and so much torture. And it's a fucking horrible idea. But he had said that not policing porn was I think it was like immoral was essentially what he was saying. So this isn't really something new, but I wasn't aware that he wrote an entire anti-porn book. But like, why, Ben Shapiro? Why? I don't understand. It doesn't make sense to me because, especially when your fans are mostly younger people, I don't know how someone can look at that and then be like, oh man, like, fuck yeah, like, go Ben Shapiro, like, you're hella right, But anyways, here's a little short video that we have from the Ben Shapiro show. Check it out.
Speaking of people who don't have a good story to tell, I have to comment on a guy named Cenk Uygur. Okay, you may not know about Cenk Uygur. Cenk is a guy who runs something called the Young Turks, and I've debated Cenk Uygur on everything from healthcare policy to mostly healthcare policy. But Cenk is a very hardcore leftist, and he's very upset. Why is he upset? Well, he's upset with Tucker Carlson because Tucker Carlson said the other day that adult film stars are indecent, which seems to me definitional. Like, that's literally their job, is to be indecent. Their literal job is to take off their clothes and have sex with people for money on camera. So I'm not seeing the decent part of that. Tucker Carlson said it was indecent for Democrats to portray Stormy Daniels as a heroine when she had a one-night stand with a married man and got paid $130,000 to shut up about it and then decided to become a political figure. I don't think Tucker Carlson's wrong about that. Does that make Trump's behavior with Stormy Daniels decent? No. But let's not pretend that Stormy Daniels is the great hero of feminism. In any case, Cenk is very upset. So Cenk tweeted out, "I'm not done yet. Tucker Carlson says that adult film stars are indecent. Really? How many adult films do you think Tucker has watched in his life? In the thousands at least. Is he claiming he has never watched any? Same with Ben Shapiro, who writes an anti-porn book. Please." Okay, I have a few comments on this. First of all, real weird that Cenk is sitting around thinking about how much porn I watch. Very, very weird. I don't know what he fantasizes about in his spare time, but I'm a little creeped out. I was just sitting here doing nothing, and suddenly I'm being attacked by Cenk Uygur with the suggestion that I watch porn. I did write a book about why pornography is bad, because pornography is bad. Like, it's not decent. It's immoral. Okay, now, I'm also confused by this idea that Tucker Carlson is not allowed to say that porn is indecent if he has ever seen any porn at all. This is like saying that you think drug use is indecent, but if you've ever used drugs, you can't say that. Like, I'm super confused by this argument, but it's an argument frequently used on the left. I will also say that the only pornography I need is the film of Cenk Uygur mourning the election loss. Like, that is the only pornography I need, is actually just Cenk sitting there weeping over the election loss the night of the election, because it's so good.
Really? Porn is immoral? How is porn immoral? I don't understand that. It just is shocking to me. It's sort of like almost like a Jordan Peterson thing, where I was talking about how he's a climate change denier. I'm like, dude, even if that's something that you think, don't you think it would be a strategically better decision if you were to keep that shit to yourself? Because how does a sane person look at that, a normal person, and be like, yeah, bro, rock on, Ben. yeah, rock on, dude. Like, porn is totally immoral. Fuck porn. Fuck all. Like, what the fuck? What is? I don't even understand. I don't even know why he would make that statement, because he really just sort of, put himself into a hole. He kind of trapped himself there. So let me know your guys' thoughts about this. But Ben Shapiro wants to police your porn.